Hello all. Today let us go to our next session, and this is the most useful utility of the automation anywhere, which is Excel. The automation using Excel. So let us start creating a new bot. Let's say RPA Excel 1. Create. Now we can see a lot of actions in the left pane. If we search Excel, by default we get Excel Advanced. We also have Excel Basics and Office 365 Excel. Let us go to Excel Advanced. This is one of the most useful utilities for the RPA because we use Excel on a very regular basis. So let's get started. I'll not go in the same order as it is here. It is sorted in the alphabetical order, but I'll take a few of them which is as per the utility. So the first one is, let us try to create a workbook. So that's the very basic one. If we have to write something into an Excel, we have to first create the Excel. So let us say create workbook. I'm using the list mode here. Start and end will be there by default. Excel Advanced Create Workbook option comes, and I have an Excel location here, which I just copy and then I put it, and then I will add the file. Let's call it as excel1.xlsx. Okay, this is the file path, the complete file path. We can give the sheet name, which is optional, which is not necessary. If we want to create any password, we can use that password to open and password to edit. Let us not use any password as of now. You can use even the credential from the credential vault or from a variable. Insecure string will directly reveal the password to us or whoever is opening the bot. This is most important. Create Excel session, which is either a local session or a global session or a variable. Local session is restricted to only this particular bot. Global session helps us in a parent-child kind of relationship as well. So global sessions are very important if the same variable is used across multiple Excels. Variable, we can call it from the variable. So let us use a global session, and let us give default. Let us use this as first one. So what happens after this is, as soon as I click on save and run, we will see that there is no file created over here Excel. As soon as I click on run, excel1.xlsx will be created, will open, and we can see in this folder. Wait for the execution. It's begun. As you can see, excel1.xlsx is created. As we go here, we can see that file. So let us close this for the moment and minimize this. Let's click on the close. So let's go to the next one, which is basically to close. So as soon as we open any Excel, the important thing is to close the Excel. So we'll use the same session here. We are using the default. We will close the same default session. So if I click on run, it will automatically save and execute. Now the Excel opens and closes immediately. Okay, there is some error that is thrown. Oh yeah, obviously this is a mistake, so I shouldn't be doing that. So what I can do is I can either delete this Excel and run this, or I'll show you another method. Basically what I want to say is that the close Excel goes along with the create or open the Excel. So now the Excel is created, Excel1.xlsx, and closed. If you go here, we can see Excel1.xlsx is created. Okay, now let me disable this for now and use the next one, which is basically called as the open Excel. So this is the one that we need to use often. So let us go to that. So I'll just copy the file name here, and I'll use the desktop file and then put it. We can, if there is already some data inside the Excel, we can choose the option sheet contains a header, sheet specific name. If you want to open the second sheet or the third sheet or a specific sheet name, we can directly open that. We don't have to open the Excel in the first sheet and then navigate to the respective sheet. Again, the next option is that open in the read-only mode, open in read-write mode. So it gives us an option to use either of this. If we click on this password is required, it will ask us to enter a particular password either from the credential vault or a variable or an insecure string. Next is load add-ins. If it is needed, we can, otherwise it's not needed. Exclude hidden sheet, it will exclude the hidden sheet if is any in the Excel. This is the more important step. Again, create Excel session, local, global or variable. As discussed, let us use the global. It is more convenient. Now if I click on run, now this Excel which is already created will be open and it will be closed now. We got an error earlier because we tried to create file which is already created, so that is very obvious. That can help us in understanding that a file is already exists. So we can use some loops to prevent an unwanted error throwing up. Okay, this is good. So now let us do one more thing. Let us use a delay mechanism here. This will help us in delaying particular activity or action to happen. So delay of 50 milliseconds. I just want it in seconds and I put this 3 seconds. So that is good enough. Let me save this. So let me go back to Excel and let us go to the next one, create worksheet. As of now, if we open the Excel, we can see there is sheet 1. So let me close this. Let us add more worksheet to it. So create worksheet. Under the open, I'm using the create worksheet and I'm going to give the name my Excel. So this will be created in the same session as the default. If we use a different session, the bot is going to fail. We can either create in the index. So if you click on index, it will create in the very first index sheet, and the sheet name will be sheet 1 or sheet 2, whatever is the latest sheet. It will add a number to it. So if there are 3 sheets, it will add sheet 4. If there are 5 sheets, it will add sheet 6. So if we go by name, we can give a specific name and it will go and create in the very first index itself. So now if we click on run, the Excel will be open. The new sheet called my Excel will be added, and then with a 3-second delay, the sheet will get closed. You can see the file is open. Now sheet gets added, my Excel. 3 seconds later, the sheet is closed. Isn't this beautiful? Yes. So let's click on close. Now once we have created the worksheet, let us go and delete this worksheet. Let us now delete this worksheet, but before that I want to close this I want to disable this my Excel. So I should tell which sheet I need to delete. So let me delete the my sheet itself. I can use either by index or by name, and the session, most important, should remain as is. So let me click on run. So here what happens is as soon as this pod is executed, the Excel opens, then finds the sheet, my Excel, and deletes that sheet. Wait for 3 seconds, save the sheet and closes. See, the sheet is getting deleted and the file is getting closed. So here Excel Advanced Close means it is save and close by default. Now let us go to the next operation called as the get the current worksheet name. So let us go here and before that let me disable this delete worksheet. So now we are having Excel Advanced open and then get the worksheet. We know that the sheet is sheet 1. So let's go here and we have to assign to a variable. Okay, so if we drop down, we can see a sample string, but I want to create one variable. Let us give this as the default name. Let us click on create. So the Excel worksheet name is the variable. But now this is going to fetch, this action is going to fetch the Excel sheet's name, which is sheet 1. but I want to display it. So let me use a message box. By typing message in the action pane, we get a message box, drag and drop, and here. So how do we type the message box? Start with a dollar. It will give all the default one and the created one. Ours is an Excel worksheet name. Let us skip this. If it is apart from string, we need to convert it into string, but now it is not the case. It is already in the name of a string. The other important thing is we have an option here, close message box after. Let us click that after 3 seconds. Now as soon as the Excel is open, it's going to get the or fetch the Excel sheet name. It's going to put in the pop-up in the message window, and then after 3 seconds it's closed, and after a delay of 3 seconds the Excel is closed. Let us run. The Excel is open. It's going to get the sheet 1. Sheet 1 is displayed here. Pop-up is closed. 3 seconds later the Excel will also get closed. Beautiful. Okay, we can even say Excel worksheet name is, and now let us click on run. Now you're going to get the pop-up window saying that the Excel worksheet name is colon followed by sheet 1. That's how we can utilize the message box. Excel worksheet name is sheet 1. The pop-up closes, even the Excel closes now. Okay, cool. So let me disable these two as well. Multi-select and then click on disable. Okay, now the next operation that we want to do, back to Excel, we want to set. This is again important action in the Excel, is to set some information into the cell. So let's click on set cell, drag and drop here. So what do we want to set? We want to set in the active cell or in a specific cell. Say let us say in the active cell I want to set as test message. Let the session be default. I'm clicking on run. So what happens is, I don't know where the active cell is. In that active cell it is going to set the message, set the information as test message. So the Excel opens. Oh, A1 is the default cell as of now. So let me click here. Now it is in D11. Okay. So I moved out, so that's the reason it failed. Okay, let's not disturb it. So let us open this. I shouldn't have interrupted the session. So now we can see that the Excel gets open, and by default it's there in the A1. It is resetting the same message. Now Excel gets closed. Now let me open the Excel and then place the cursor somewhere here, which is in C7. I am saving the cell. I am minimizing this. I am rerunning the bot. Now in C7 the message test message will get pasted and the Excel is saved and closed. Beautiful. Now let me say a specific cell. Okay, I am going to say B10 and then execute. So in B10 the information test message will be inserted. See, beautiful. Excel is getting closed 3 seconds later. Okay, so let me disable this and go to the next one. In set cell formula. This is another important one which helps us in setting a particular formula. See, for example, I want to put it in specific cell. I want to put it into A3. I have a message in A1. Let me do equal to A1 at the rate and open a double quotes space from RPA. Now what happens is that in A3, whatever information is there in A1, which is test message, it is going to append space from RPA to it and paste. So let's execute. This can also be very well utilized for any numeric calculations also. So if we have in A1, A2, two numbers 40 and 50, in A3 we can say A1 plus A2 and it will give us the sum of 40 and 50. See, test message from RPA is printed and the Excel is closed. So this is how we can use the formula. In other words, I will show you how this works. Let me go to D1 and say 40 and 50. Now I'm going to set D3 as the total. Let me save this file and let's go here, set cell in D3. I'm going to set is equal to D1 plus D2. Now let's run this. The Excel is opening. It reads value from D1 and D2, adds it and updates into D3. See, 40 plus 50 is 90. Simple, beautiful. Okay, so let's disable this and then go to the next one, which is basically delete cells. So I know there are a lot of cells that are written now, especially in D1, D2, D3. I know. So let's go to the action and find the delete cells, and then we have multiple options here: the active cell, a specific cell, and then what action. So let us say I want a specific cell. I want D3 to be deleted, and what the action needs to be done: shift cell to the left, shift cell up, shift delete the entire row, delete the entire column. This is the same option that we get if we want to delete a particular cell on the Excel using the mouse. So let's say specific cell D3 and shift cell up. Let's run this. So we will have many test message from RPA and 40 and 50 in D1 and D2, whereas the D3, which is having the summation of D1 and D2, will get deleted. You can see, yeah, that gets deleted. Now the Excel will save and close. Okay, so that is how the delete cell works. It's very useful in certain cases. These are all the different options that can be very handy for us. We have to know how each things work. In my next videos, I'll be taking up the other functions of the Excel. So bye for now.